I'm going to share with you today one of my favorite strategies when it comes to trading the E-mini NASDAQ futures. And it's the same strategy I use to trade no matter what markets I have interest in. It could be gold, the E-mini S&P 500. But if you got a goal to make an additional $500 a day, or even turn this into a full-time job for yourself, okay, and maybe lead yourself or work yourself to, a position in which you are able to walk away from your full-time 9-to-5 job, this is going to be the video for you. Now, I personally trade using range bar charts, and I've talked about why I do so. It's because they are cleaner to the eye to me. But today I want to share with you this range bar chart strategy that can set you on the correct path of making $500 a day if that is your goal, okay? Now, what I have in front of me is a chart of the E-mini NASDAQ futures. And there's a couple things that I look for, pretty much just three. And I'm going to talk about them, all right, pretty quickly today in this video, because I don't like to make too long-winded videos, because trading should be very simple and not too complex, but I do my best trying to break things down, as detailed as possible. I know there are going to be people out there that say, how is that even possible? You know why? Because there are going to be a lot of disgruntled people who have tried so many times to make it in this business of trading. And the things they fail at, understanding or allowing them to become great traders, some people will say that only 1% make it. That's not always true. There's a larger percent than that. It's just about, your perspective, the things you see, the strategy you have in place, the plan you have in place for yourself, finding something that can consistently make you money within these markets. And making $500 a day is definitely doable if you know what you're doing it and can do it the correct way using a perfect strategy, okay? Now, number one, when it comes to this range bar chart strategy, okay, you need to start with, I'm not going to tell anyone what to do. I'm just going to simply say this. For me, this is what I do. I use a higher base chart. Now, if you trade time charts, tick, volume, for me, range, figure out what it is that you're going to use for your higher base chart. The reason why is because we want to focus in on, structure. What is the bigger perspective? What does the bigger picture look like, looking, from a larger lens, to try to figure out what the market is doing, because we got to figure out how is it trending. And that's what we form our bias off of, all part of the strategy I'm talking about. Now, I'm using this 320 range bar chart. Now, the reason why I'm using this is because the cleaner to the eye, all right? Just simply put, that's all it is. I love my range charts, okay? Now, when I'm looking at the market and I see a, pretty significant sell-off here where the market is making lows, lower highs, and breaking structure going to the downside, I know that we're bearish, okay? We reversed from the tops here where we had a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder pattern here. And we reverse from there back to the downside. Now, yes, we can reverse back to the upside just as well and start pushing higher. But in this movement right here, we were bearish. But then we made a low here. We started taking out structure above this high here. We made new highs, higher lows, breaking structure higher, okay? Now, I do believe that the market's probably going to continue up here and fill in the rest of these imbalances or gaps. And that's part of one of the critical components that you really need to understand, basically twofold: liquidity and imbalances, because the market is either going to, the institutions love to set up traps to where they can basically take out areas of liquidity and then either continue higher or lower to fill areas of imbalances. So liquidity and imbalances are a very crucial part to understanding how to trade and which direction to trade the correct way, okay? But you got to understand what the institutions are really doing. Again, this is the reason why I love trading these range bar charts. Now, in the NASDAQ, for me, a lot of people will probably say, and beg to differ, is that they have a hard time trading. But for me, I feel as if it provides more opportunities, more setups throughout this trading session, in which you can at least find one good quality setup. You do not need to spend tons and tons of time, meaning hours upon hours a day, trying to identify or take trades, guys. Get your 1 or 2 trades in the morning between 9:30 and maybe 10:30, 11 o'clock, and call it. Be done. You can even do it pre-market, somewhere between 7 and 9 o'clock. Be done. Okay? If you can get it done before one and done before the actual session opens up, that is great. Number one, figure out the direction. We were bearish, but now we're back bullish. That is the direction. That is my bias. That tells me that I need to be looking for setups going long off of key areas of demand. Yes, I'm using supply and demand zones when trading because that is a big portion or a big part of my strategy because that's what I trade. I don't trade breakouts, okay? I don't trade trend line, breaks and things like that. I'm looking at pure structure and trading that way based upon what the market is doing. The market is bullish now. I'm going long off the key areas of demand. So I'm using like a 320 chart, and then I'll move down to like a 120, and then even I'll start to look at my 24 range chart. So all encompassing multi-chart confluence. There's a purpose and reason for doing so because the more confluence you have in adding up or summing up, back to when you get ready to take a trade, that's going to let you know that a trade is a high quality setup. All right. Now, again, we are pushing to the upside here. So today I marked up two key areas, like right here and right here. Let's talk about the recent one that just kind of unfolded here. The market was breaking higher, structure to the upside, and as long as the market is breaking structure, I'm only wanting to go long. The higher base chart is telling me that, simply put. So I like to mark up my zones either on 320 or a 120 range chart. If it's like on a 320, then what I'll do is I'll move down to a 120, kind of redefine it, and even move down even lower than that to a 24, which is my entry chart. So number one, figure out the direction. We're bullish right now. Okay. Number two, once you figure out that direction, mark up your higher base charts. Okay. Simply put, for me, I'm gonna look at my 320 and then down to my 120. But I'm saying this for a reason because higher base charts, you don't have to, it weeds out all the noise, okay? All that crazy price action activity. And when the market comes back to one of these key significant zones, something's probably going to, something's going to happen once the market taps into the actual, in this case here, demand zone because we're bullish, all right? Okay, so think about demand equals, that means the market's bullish, or the bullish direction means the market, we're looking for key areas of demand to trade off of. If the market is bearish to the downside, then we're looking for pullbacks to key areas of supply. All right. So as the market is pushing higher here, okay, from the bias to the upside. All right. Two, mark up your demand zone. This is a high probability demand area right here, but as well as right here, you can see the market pushed up, pull back, and we got a slight breaker structure above that area, but this is still a demand area in which the market could come back and then react off and push back to the upside, as you can see it did right here. Now, the reason why I like this area here is because I'm paying attention as the market pushes higher. Remember what I said about imbalances? I'm looking to the left. It's filling in. When it came down right here, it pulled back. Started filling imbalances in this area here. Came down right here, pulled back, filling imbalances in this area here. Came down right here, pulled back, started filling imbalances right here. When it pushed down right here and started pushing back to the upside, they were filling imbalances right here. So when I'm looking to the left-hand side of the chart now where price is currently at, it's filling the imbalances in this area right here. So when it pushed up right here and pulled back, it had filled the imbalance in this area right here. And there's still one resting above it. So when I saw the market create this structure break here, slight structure break, and it pulled back, so I mark up the higher base zone. Remember, I'm looking for them to continue pushing higher to at least fill back up to this area here, say at 25,180, because it already filled the imbalance resting right here. So if once it fills the imbalance going to the upside, they're probably going to more likely push higher and start to fill higher imbalances in. So I'm going to mark up a demand zone to take the trade in the direction going long, all right, as we scale down here in a minute, to fill in the continuation of imbalances back to the upside, or at least take out the swing high here at 25,000. What is that? 156, 157 right there. Now that I have the 320 range chart marked up, I like to go down or scale down to a lower base chart to find even more confluence. So we'll go down to like my 120. Here we go. 120. What do we have? Within the larger zone here, see that green box? That is the 320 range demand zone. So that's our higher base demand zone. I got another higher base demand zone from a higher chart that sits right below the 320, which is going to be the 120 range. We've got another high probability demand zone here. So now things are really stacking up. Really stacking up because we have multiple charts of confluence, or multiple areas of confluence. Okay, we've got a higher base zone, demand zone. Another zone off another chart, demand zone. And not just that, but if you look at the volume profile, where are we at? We're in a low volume area and we're right at a round number. 150s, those are half and round numbers. The market loves to reject. So now I got three means of confluence. Things are really stacking up and looking more favorable, okay? higher base zone, another zone with demand. Guys, that's really all I need to really want to take this trade. But then from there, what I'll do, I'll move down to an even lower base chart, which I scale down to, which is my entry chart, which is a 24 range chart. And then from that point there, I'll either try to find a demand zone resting in the last zone marked up, which is a 120 range zone. And if I find a 24 range zone on the inside of the 120 range zone, demand zone right here, then I'll look to take the trade and go to the upside if we got rejection. If not, if there isn't one, then I'll wait for the market on the 24 range chart to start to break structure to the upside, look for a pullback to a newly formed area of demand to continue taking the market higher, to aim for this high here. I'm sorry, let's go back. Whoops, sorry about that. This high here at 157 or 156, okay, 25,156, all right, which is going to be, let me blow this up a little bit. Where we at? Right here, okay. And I'm sorry, this is actually the zone of the original zone right here. I'm sorry about that, right here. This is the zone. So that was that 156 area, 157 area right there. This is the demand area right here. So we're going to be aiming for to take out that high right there. When the market pushed up, it did create another demand zone right here, which is in this area right here. So there's two demand zones in this area right here on the 120 range chart. So again, let me say that. So first we got the markup here on the 320, right? Then we scale down to the 120, which is a chart below that, to see if we got another area of confluence. So with this being said right here, the market comes down to basically the half number at 20,050, okay? This one was at a round number. This one was at a half number. So we have the larger 320 zone, the one scale down chart, the 120 demand zone here just as well, and we have that 25,050 areas bouncing from. We can look for the market to push to the upside to the aim for to take out what? That area right here above 56 and 57. And then if you notice what it's doing, it's as well looking here, you can see, okay, well, this thing is looking like it's wanting to continue pushing higher to test and fill the imbalance in this area right here. So that's what I was looking at. So once the market did that, went up there and broke above that high there, it set itself up for another area of demand right here, okay? And we hadn't finished filling in that imbalance area back to the upside, which I showed you on the 320. Let's take a look at it again. It's this area right back up to this area here at 180, 25,180. So from that area there on the, say, for example, on the 120, it comes back down here and rejects here. You know, we're still looking for the market to push higher. Again, we've got higher base, still pulling back to that higher base zone, okay, on 320. Now we've got another 120 demand zone. So then we're just looking down. We go down one more chart to the 24 range to look for an opportunity to go long. These are all the things that I talk about as far as the actual strategy, you know, unfolding, okay? I talk about this every single day on my channel when I'm sharing, you know, information that has helped so many individuals out when it comes to trading. Now, this is my personal style and how I actually trade, but it's very simple, nothing complex about it. All you're using is a step-down approach from one chart to the next, looking for zones within a zone to take a trade pretty much to go long, okay? Or zones within the same kind of geographical area, all right? That is what works because now you have confluence stacking up, all right? And the more you have, it's going to go in your favor. So one, figure out the direction. Two, mark up your zones, whether they be demand or supply, according to how the market is moving and trending off the higher base charts. And then three, you just basically scaling down, moving to your entry chart, whatever that may be, okay, whatever chart you use. For me, if I'm trading the NASDAQ, it's going to be the 24 range chart. I'm looking for, when it pulls back to this 120 zone here, is there a confluence area of a demand zone resting on the 24 chart on the inside of the zone? If not, then I'll wait for a structure break to start to take place on where the market creates demand zones to the upside on the 24 range. Look for a pullback to a key area of demand to go long, because now it's like demand on 320, demand on the 120, demand on the 24. All these things stacking up to go long. So I go into great detail of this strategy in reference to trades that I take every single day. I post my trades over on our Discord community. The Discord link is down in the description for anyone that wants to join. But then once I post them there, I go back and I break them down even in more detail. Okay, so I'll post the trades over on the Discord. Okay, then I break them down for the private community. What does that mean? There's a private community if you want to join. It's very, very, very inexpensive, guys. I don't have a course to sell. I don't have a mentorship program to sell. I'm not doing that, guys. What I do is There's a private community for anyone that wants to join, and it's very inexpensive. It's like 24 cents on a day. You can become an elite supporter and gain access to the information that has helped lots of people for $6.99 a month, which is 24 cents on a day. So how much do you spend on your coffee every single day? How much do you spend on that breakfast sandwich or that salad or whatever you do to spend money on, or however much you spend on a weekly basis, buying your lunch, breakfast, whatever the case is? You know, a lot of people spend so much money on eating out when it comes to lunch, breakfast, coffee, all that stuff. Think about something that could change your whole outlook and put you in a position to where you could make extra money or do this full time. Okay. I'm talking about making $500 a day, you know, which is very easy to do if you have a systematic strategy that works. Trading the NASDAQ futures, just simply using range charts or time-based charts, whatever you want to use. This is a very good strategy, and it makes money. People are doing it and are passing their own challenges. For those that love the prop firms, they're passing challenges, becoming funded. You know, there are people who are doing it just as well and trading live with their own money, like myself. So the choice is yours. If you want to become one of those, you know, elite or ultra elite supporters, there's a link down in the description portion of the video. It's titled Elite or Ultra Elite Supporter. Click on that. You'll see a couple of tiers pop up. It's all through the YouTube membership program. Once you see the tiers, you'll see like the elite. It's only $6.99. When you hover over it, it's going to let you know, and it's going to show you the perks and rewards that you receive, which are the trade breakdowns, which are tons of those videos there for you to watch. Take good notes when you do so, okay? I'm serious when I say that. You'll need to back test and forward test a strategy for yourself just as well, okay? And just to make sure that, you know, you can be consistent with the strategy, see if it's going to work for you, okay? Because I can't guarantee anything to anyone out there, because everybody is different. No matter what somebody tries to share with you, it's all about, you know, your perspective, your take on it, or your take on it, and how you adjust to make it work for yourself, okay? All right, because some people are just so much flustered and confused because they try so many different things. That was me when I first started, and I had to basically not brainwash, but I had to cleanse my mind and start over from fresh, you know, and it took me from just taking everything off my chart, using naked charts to get to where I'm at today. All right. So taking a fully different outlook and perspective on how to trade. Now, again, if you're interested, that link is down below. If you want to become an elite supporter, you receive all the trade breakdown videos, the video playlist, plus a great video surrounding market structure. I know I got off tangent for a minute, but, and if you want to become an ultra elite supporter, you receive everything I just mentioned, plus my live recorded trading session videos that I post them like twice a week. So I record my trading sessions and I post them for those individuals who want to become ultra elite members, where I'm walking through top-down analysis, structure, talking about price action. You see me engage in the trades I take, and I break those trades down in the videos just as well. All right. So the link is down below if you're interested in joining. Now, if you have not taken the time to subscribe to the channel, please do so by clicking the sub button. Okay, and make sure to click the bell as soon as you do so that you can, you know, gain access to the video content when I make new videos. Okay, pretty much almost every day. Okay, but outside of that, that's all I have, guys. I appreciate everybody tuning in and watching the video content. If you could do me the biggest favor right now before you jump off, click the like button. Please do so. Drop a like by clicking that thumbs up button, and leave a comment down below. Let me know, what is some of the, what are you guys trading as far as markets within the futures, okay? And this just not have to just be the future markets, because there are people that still trade options and Forex, whatever the case is, and the strategy works just as well over in the other markets as well. So let me know what you're trading, and how has you guys trading been going so far this year in 2026. Take care, and I'll see everyone in the next one.